Hello, and welcome to Bees and Tea Stitching. I'm your host, Sebastian. Selena is somewhat missing. I mean, I know she's in the house, I just don't know where. So, she probably won't show up. This is actually going to be a really short one this week, so just, a forewarning. So, welcome to anybody who's new. Welcome back to you guys who have been here before. I always appreciate you guys who come back. I've been doing a lot of stitching stuff. I had a retreat, and then we had a stitch in, like a 2-day stitch in, not a retreat thing, but at my LNS. So my stitchy bug is a little meh right now. So I really did not get a lot of stitching done this week, like almost none. Actually none besides what I did at the stitch in. So yeah, this is gonna be short, and I do have a few things to show you, so yeah, expect that, I guess. All right, so this is my little corner of the internet where I talk about stitching, my cat, life, that sort of stuff. Yeah, so we had a little 2-day stitch in, a little Friday Saturday thing. Not a retreat because we didn't get anything. It was just a stitch and bring a potluck and all that good stuff. So that was fun. Nothing really exciting happened. It was just nice. Whoop, I apologize. Got a text from the hubs. So yeah, that's really about it. Anything going on this week? Nothing stitchy. I do have something on Sunday, but it's not stitch related. So, also, I am not gonna I'm not gonna say anything political other than there is a No Kings rally in my town on Saturday, and I do plan on going. That's all I'm gonna say. So no idea what to expect from that. That's really about it. I think I talked about it. I don't remember if I did. But early September, I had signed up. Well, I signed up for a 5K in early September. The convention I went to, I ended up coming back with COVID and obviously did not do it. So, I do have another 5K that I'm going to run at the beginning of October. Um, so there's that. Um, you know, I not much to it really, just a little fun run and should be good. Yeah, about all I can think of for that. Obviously that's not going to affect filming or anything. That's just a little FYI, and if anything interesting comes out, I'll tell you about it. I think it's downtown. Hold on. There's one downtown and there's one in a park that's close by. This is okay, yeah, this is there's a YMCA that's just outside of downtown, and that's where it is. This is not the one that's in the park that I think might be later in the year. But anyway, so that should be fun. I did do a test 5K. From my house, you can kind of go down this little mini road and get onto another road, and there's a little gas station bodega place, and to there and back is just under 5K, just under 3 miles round trip. Well, a 5K is 3.1 miles, but whatever. So I did that, and it was just over an hour, I believe. Now that was not at a super quick pace. That was just kind of a little bit of a brisk walk. But I believe you have to do it within 90 minutes, and I just wanted to make sure that I could. And yeah, that won't be a problem. So I won't even need to hit too brisk of a pace to make sure I can do it within 90 minutes. So that will not be an issue. All right, I guess that's about it for life stuff. So, I guess I will show you the only thing that I worked on. And then, like I said, I got a few other things to show you. I believe that I worked on this both Friday and Saturday, if I remember correctly. I don't think I worked on anything else. So this is Little Robin Designs, Hallow's Eve Greetings. That's one of the two I kind of sort of started. I'll explain that in a minute. Last week, just because I just wanted to start something and I wanted to do something Halloweenish. So there you go. So this is about half the border. I think maybe half the border is here, and then I think maybe half the border is about here. So that's about half the border on both sides. And yeah, there's plenty of extra over here and tons at the bottom. So that will not be a problem. But it is actually more stitching than I thought it was. Is this 3 or 4 threads? This is 3, yeah. So this is 3 strands of 310 on. I got this from the Stitching Kitten. This is 14 count Pumpkin King Ada from Atomic Ranch Rogue Fabrics. There you go. So it's a really cool, and I've got a whole nother, about a whole nother half. It's not quite the entire half. This is a little over half, but it's still a good little chunk. I'll have to measure it out so I can tell myself how much I have for another project. But there you go. Look at this fabric. Is that not? It's actually, the orange is a little orangier than this. It's showing a little paler, but the colors are a little brighter than it's showing here. Not bright, but a little bolder, I guess would be the better word. But yeah, that's really, really pretty fabric. The one trip that I made down to Stitching Kitten, which is an LNS, about hour and a half south of here. I did talk about it in the previous video. Excuse me. Um, so I got some stuff there, both some fabrics and some patterns. I don't think I got a thread. So yeah, so that was obviously not the called for thread or the called for fabric, but I really like it. And this is a stitch and button bag, of course. So gotta love it. Oh, they're not spiders on the inside, but they kind of are spider-esque. It's a pattern, just a pattern. All right, so the other one I want to talk to you about is one that I started with one color and then pulled out because I didn't like how it looked, and also I wasn't 100% sure that I had enough thread. So this is the other one that I started at the same time with this one. Now it doesn't have any stitches in it anymore, so it is empty, but I will at least show it to you. This is Journey Annie's Support Your Local Murder. Crows Before Bros. I love that. It calls for Carriage Black from Gentle Arts. I didn't like that there was it shows here whatever they used had variegation, but the ones I saw did not. So I looked around and actually ended up choosing another Gentle Art. I just got these. So this is under purchases. 4 should be good. So 4 Onyx from Gentle Art. It just happened to be Gentle Art again. I didn't care what it was. I just wanted what company it was from. I just wanted one that was black and variegated. So that's what I chose. This is, I believe, a 16 count. Let's see, is it 16? Hold on. This is, yes, a 16 count coffee tea dye. And you can see where that's the mark where I started, and you can kind of see where I had stitched a few stitches and then just didn't like it. So this is a coffee tea dye that I did myself. And the light's not really showing you the variegation. Yeah, but yeah, this is not really, I mean, you can see a little bit of it up here, but yeah, it's not really giving it the variegation that it has. So it was just a white coffee, whoops, dropping things, white coffee tea, a white 16 count, sorry, Ada, that I coffee tea dyed years ago. And I had a pretty decent chunk of it. I still have a decent chunk left. And, whoops, that is the wrong one. I put it in the wrong place. Um, so, and I was just sitting on it, waiting for something good to put it on, and I could not find this, I could not find a good one for Crows Before Bros, the support and local murder. I keep calling it Crows Before Bros. But, so I could not find a good fabric, and that was like, it probably wouldn't have been my first choice, but it was really the best that I had, and I didn't want to buy something else. So I went ahead and did that one. So it's not the called for fabric nor the called for thread again. What does it call for fabric wise? Let's see. Cilia Floba from Under the Sea. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So I have no idea. I'm going to. It sounds like it might be it might be named after a mushroom or something. But anyway, so that is that one. Not show you the fabric, the pattern there. And this is also, I believe, a stitching button. Yeah, this is a stitching button, I believe, as well. Look, it's kitty pumpkins. They're so cute. Anyway, so oh, let me go ahead and put the onyx in here. So now I can actually start stitching this, which I probably will this week. So that'll be nice. All right. The other thing that I purchased, oh, that's all DMCs. Okay, so I can get this up here. Is so our the owner of our LNS actually finished this, and oh man, it looks so good. Midnight Drift by Cottage Garden. I've been liking Cottage Garden lately. They've been doing some good stuff. We were discussing whether I wanted to do this in glow in the dark, which I think would look amazing, but it's way too much, just too much stitching to do in a thread that is a pain in the ass. Now, you can't really see them in the light very well, but it actually does say Halloween here, and there are little stars around. So I might do some of those in um in glow in the dark. So we'll see on that one. But everything else will be in the called for DMCs. Which is actually not that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It only takes 9 DMCs, which is not that bad at all, honestly. It's hard to tell, but it's in, let's see, 1, 2. It looks like the moon is either in 2 or 3 colors. Little shades of yellow. I don't know which, so either 2 or 3. But yeah, so that's that. And is this what it calls for? It is not what it calls for. But I actually got a 16 count old man's beard. I don't know what it's from, but I think that's going to look really good. So there you go. Ta-da. So yeah, and this is what the LNS. That's what the owner did. She did it on. It wasn't It wasn't Ada. It was, I believe she did it on a 28 count, but still, uh, it was on this particular fabric, so I know it will look good. I also got a couple of little free patterns, which I'm not really going to show. One is a Merry Christmas, which is cute. She had a couple giveaways, so I did actually get a couple of little sleds, peppermint sled, and another one that you could do is either like a sled or a little hanger. So those would be good to do for little Christmas gifts. But yeah, so that's those. Sorry, got that itchy nose that you always get. That is annoying. And the last thing, I had seen this last week. As I said, we had a stitchy friend who went to England and Scotland, and I don't think she went to Ireland. Maybe it was only England and Scotland. And maybe she'd go to Northern. But anyway, I saw this and I didn't grab it because, I didn't want to grab too much stuff. But we had talked, and I was talking about how my hubs loves um, everything cryptid, and especially the Loch Ness Monster. So she let me grab this. I mean, it's a little feminine, I guess. I might try to, and it does have all the colors. I may still go ahead and change the colors, some of them. Um, but yeah, or I may just not. The flowers are thistles, which are native to Scotland. So I may or may not leave those in. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, so I have that to do. I might do that as a little stocking stuffer for the hubs. I mean, heaven knows we have like enough books for a library. So, that's honestly about it. I mean, like I said, this is really, really a short one. And I don't know why my throat is froggy today. I'm not sick, so you're just gonna get the frog. But yeah, so, um, yeah, I guess that's really about it. I can't think of anything else. If you guys could please, please like, please subscribe, hit the little bell and all that. I don't get paid. It just helps the algorithm so other people can find me if they want to, obviously. Please comment if you want to comment. I'm terrible about replying, but I do read them. I promise. I do read all of them. Um, if you guys have any questions for me, anything you want to see, tell me I'm speaking too fast. Um, you know, tell me that you miss Selena and you'd rather see her face than mine. Whatever you want to say. I really don't know where she is. I mean, I would be worried, except that I haven't gone outside today, so I know she's here. So, maybe she's just under the couch. Who knows? Cats be cattin'. So, I guess that's about it. Hopefully I will have more for you next week. In about 10 days. Is it? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, about 10 days. A little bit over a week, I'll have that other retreat, which would be my last. I think as far as I know, that'll be my last Stitchy thing for the year. So, I mean, I'm sure I'm going to do the Jingle Ball. I am going to try to sign up. There is one class that I want to sign up for. Whether I get it or not, I probably won't. But I'll give it a try. Um, but yeah, I guess that's really about it. So hopefully the Stitchy Bug will come back a little bit. I'll try maybe to do a little bit of stitching today, and hopefully I will have more to show you guys next week. So until next week, I will talk to you later. Bye.